so okay, so we gotta figure out. I was thinking we just come down and grab, you know, like a continental working music, grab whatever. I would have hurried up.
My kids like.
We're holding up the whole process.
Yeah, I was getting hurried.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
It's not good.
So what'd you say about hash browns?
The hash browns are perfect. Okay, Perkins, listen. This is, put the camera on it. This is how you make a hash brown, Perkins. Okay, nice and crispy, and you got the softness inside, not all soggy. Okay, Perkins, this is the bone.
Paula went with the stack of gold with fruit. See, I have the invisible imaginary muffin.
Imaginary muffin.
Is this your life? Like the commentary, videos?
There it is. These are big pancakes.
They look delicious.
Compared with the size of my hand. They're big.
Your sausage looks a little questionable.
Look too popular.
Look at you. Don't even look the same, man. She look like a woman and everything.
know, right?
I'm like, dang, I gotta protect you.
You do. She has one more year of college.
I gotta protect her, boy.
Right. Hugh Brown, Coach Brown. We were on the stage warming up, and it was on the UK, and we were doing song or whatever. And then he kind of whispers over to me while he's talking. He goes, "Who's that over there?" "Oh, yeah, this Paula." He said, "Oh, I don't recognize her. She looks like a woman." I said, "Yeah, kids grow up." And he said, "Oh, yeah, okay." He just was like trying to figure out who you were. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's Paula."
Well, I've been kind of absent on the vlog so far, so I thought I would just introduce this next segment here. We had breakfast at the hotel, and now we're going across the street to this.
I came from the bathroom. I didn't go back to the bathroom. Oh, he did? Okay. Because he's like, "Get my bag." And I'm like, I'm not in there. Why are you texting me?
What is this called? Like cultural center? Look at the beautiful, this flat scenery. Everything is flat out here, very flat.
Oh, you know, I didn't know.
We're going into this
Okay, I didn't know that was you. Okay.
building.
I will put that in my answer.
Don't know what it's called.
Put that in my answer.
Sorry, I don't have haven't done my research yet. But here we are. Here we go.
My name is Eagle Woman, and our traditional way, and my clan is the White Bear Clan, and I live here on the reservation in Turtle Mountains. So, I've done a lot of different things in the community, and I'm still doing stuff. Anna remembered me in the college, and yes, I'm still there 19 years later. 19 years later, I'm still working with kids. I do a lot of different traditional things. Besides making regalia, I teach about medicines, I teach about how to build things, sweat lodges, wigwams, because that's what we lived in. I laugh at people sometimes. I joke with the crew around here. They want to put teepees up, and I said, "Oh, look at them, kind of funny." And I said, we're not Sioux. We're Chippewa Creek. James does the owls. Alfred does eagles, and this is Mr. Thomas, and that's also Mr. Thomas, Ed Thomas here. I didn't get to meet this gentleman, but we have a lot of stuff from his. I haven't yet met him, but Alfred, I've known him for years, and his brothers. And then Presley LaFontaine, he did really well. He got really sick here a few years back and had to quit doing his artwork, but this is metal with wood. So he does a variation of stuff. And so it was kind of neat to see his work. And I have on the other side over there what he...
Above all the earth, thou art exalted far above all gods. For thou, O Lord, art high above all the earth. Thou art exalted far above all gods. Yes, I exalt thee. I exalt thee. I exalt
There's the car in the ditch that I was talking about last night.
Almost made the casino.
Almost.
Those are the eternal moments.
So, should I talk?
There's a mic.
Sure. Is it really?
Yes.
I have a song I prepared. Not just
There you
kidding. So if you guys look over there, see these houses that are kind of dilapidated? Yes. What happens a lot of times, and we have several different housing projects within the reservation. What happens is like the Grand Forks Air Force Base, for example, they get money to redo their houses because maybe the houses on their Air Force Base aren't up to par. So they take those houses and donate them to our tribe, or a tribe specifically. So a lot of the housings that we have either are made kind of subpar material, or they're donated from another place that figured they weren't sufficient housing for them, but apparently they're sufficient housing for us. So those houses specifically, I mean, they'll get donated here and people will fight for them. I mean, it's like crazy. They want homes, they want to whatever they can get, that's what they'll take. So we have a lot of housing issues where the homes have like black mold, or in the winter time it's not properly insulated, the windows aren't very good. So sometimes we spend more money putting into the housing than actually just building up ourselves. So I just wanted to show you guys those. There's a few things that we're not going to see. So I talked a little bit earlier this morning about a manufacturing plant. Actually a while back, this blue and gray building over here to your right was the Turtle Mountain Manufacturing Plant. And we had government contracts to build water buffaloes, and those are the water containers for the armed forces or the military. And so it was great. We made a lot of money. It was a lot of good economic development for our community. But that has since closed down several years ago. This is where our tribal council and our tribal headquarters is. We're going to be having dinner there this evening, which is a miracle because they're closed. So just so you guys know, today is the tribe's Employee Appreciation Day. So all tribal employees are off. Up the road here is the Ojibwa Indian School. We won't have time to go see that either, but it's a K-8 school, other than the one that we'll be seeing, the Turtle Mountain Community Schools. And this pasture right here, we used to have, when I was growing up, this is where the buffalo herds would be. So we used to have buffalo herds here, the tribe did, and we would use them occasionally for ceremonies or for celebrations. But you could see there's no more buffalo. What I was sharing at breakfast was that we often start programs and get funding under grants with no plans on self-sufficiency afterwards. So once the grant funding goes away, then we don't know what to do with the projects that were started. And so the Buffalo Project, unfortunately, was one of those projects as well. And Catholic Church. Like I shared before, probably 85% of our community is Catholic. That church is over 100 years old. And they used to have, that's where Ojibwa Indian School used to be. So it started there and was run by the nuns.
Is it still?
No, the tribe took it over. So this used to be our little shopping mall. Don't tell Cortland because he's like, I ain't going there, I ain't be able to shop. Yeah, I can pick on him and he's not even here to pick on me back.
There you go.
But there is a restaurant in there and like a little hardware store. And then since the closing of what was the grocery store, their daughter has opened up she's a doctor, she's a psychiatrist. So she opened up an art space. So she does art through therapy through artwork. And she does a lot of work with the schools, so it's really nice. Yeah.
Are we officially on Reservation now?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. And then to your left over here, I'm sorry. Yeah, that'd be to your left, is Araya's school. I was waiting for her to say it. So this is our Head Start.
Oh.
There's a 3-year-old section and a 4-year-old section. I believe there's 4 or 5 classes of each. And then we're going to see a little bit of the schools. I have a school administrator who's going to meet up with us. All of these are local businesses, tribally owned businesses, the gas stations. Yeah, that's the kindergartners. Yep, they started school yesterday. Yeah, I know.
Kindergarten.
That's sad.
What is some of them like they in 8th grade?
You got a full beard.
Right.
So these White Houses that you'll see down here, and then there's White Houses over here, and then there's White Houses by the hospital. These are government housing. So these ones were built to house teachers. So it was a way to entice teachers to come here to teach on our reservation and to teach in our schools. And then the ones by the hospital. So this is
like non-native.
Yeah, non-native. And so this is our hospital over here. And those housings back there were for doctors and nurses or medical staff to come. Here's our fire station and our police station is down there. And then our bus garage, obviously you'll see it there.
They can help us get the bus.
Yeah, they might have a way to get the bus.
Trust folks to say.
Well, they're able to purchase it.
Okay.
Yeah. So the tribal college, they also have a board, and they have like a board of trustees, and on the board is representatives from our tribal council. But it's really important for organizations like the tribal college to be its own separate entity, because we talked a little bit about the instability sometimes of our tribal government, and so being able to function separately is really important.